Hey guys, it's Sarah. It's day 3 for me post-op VSG or vertical sleeve gastrectomy. I had my VSG at Alameda Hospital in Mexicali with Dr. Aceves as my surgeon. I actually wasn't going to make an update tonight. I'm feeling terrible, to be honest. It's probably my own fault, but I know that I said that I was going to keep things real, so I thought it wouldn't really be fair if I didn't make a video when I was feeling bad and was only making videos when I was all happy-go-lucky and talking about how great I felt. So I thought I'd just give a little update about what happened today and what I think probably led to the fact that I'm not feeling great. I also look terrible, so I apologize. This is really me. So we did decide to come to San Diego instead of staying in Mexicali for the extra 2 days. We decided to stay in San Diego instead. So we actually hitched a ride with Ernesto, who's the driver. He's awesome. And Ernesto took us back to San Diego today with Ken from Salt Lake City, who also was flying home today. And the trip is usually about 2 hours, but there was a really long wait at the border. Ernesto said that it's often very busy on Monday mornings. So, I don't know, I think we probably waited like an hour and a half just to cross the border. And then for some unknown reason, probably just to piss me off, they decided that there was an issue with my passport, and they flagged my passport. They made us pull over. We had to get out of the car. The border guard didn't even seem to understand what the issue was with the passport. He asked me a couple questions and then he took off with it and came back like 15 minutes later and was like, yeah, go ahead. So I cross the border all the time, like every week or two into the US. So I don't really know what their issue was. I don't know if it was because I had just been in Mexico a few weeks ago. I know there's no actual issue with my passport, or it would have come up before now. So I don't know. But it made a really long trip. It was about 4 hours. We left the hospital shortly after 7, and we got to the hotel here shortly after 11. So that was, I mean, I felt good the whole time, but it was just, it was kind of rough in the sense of, you know, a lot of travel. And then I thought I was doing really good with my liquids today. This morning I had maybe like 3 or 4 ounces of chicken broth first thing in the morning. And then in the car on that 4-hour trip, I had about 10 or 11 ounces of apple juice and about the same, maybe 10 or 11 ounces of Gatorade. And I know that that doesn't sound like a lot. That sounds like, you know, no big deal. But at this point, that's a lot because, you know, you have to take small sips, get full really easily. But yeah, I thought I was doing really good. And then I was excited because I thought, oh my gosh, this is great. When we get to the hotel, I'm going to actually have some protein. I had bought, I bought some sample packs of Syntrax Nectar, which is a protein powder, but instead of being that sort of milky, you know, chocolate, vanilla, sweet flavored protein powder, it's fruit flavored. So it's more like a Crystal Light kind of idea. Sorry, still have gas. So, I had brought my blender, one of my blender bottles with me, and I thought, awesome, when I get there, I'm going to make, some of this Syntrax Nectar, try it, see how it is, get some protein in. So what actually ended up happening was we got to the hotel and I was just done. And in the last few days, I've never had this happen before, not even after surgery, but I just get exhausted. And in the blink of an eye, I am like, I have to sleep. I literally had laid down on the bed and I didn't even have the energy to get under the covers. I just asked my husband to get the cover from the other bed and just put it on top of me because I was done. So I was out for about 2 hours and then I got up all excited and I was like, yeah, I'm going to make my protein shake or my protein drink. So I had originally put in half the packet of protein, which is the full serving is about 25 grams of protein. I put in about half the package and sort of double the amount of water. And I tried it and it was really kind of nasty. I wasn't thinking it was going to be great, but it was not as good as I was hoping. And you know, that could be lots of things, but yeah, I wasn't feeling it, but I was going to get it down. Put some ice in it, and then about halfway through or not even, maybe a quarter of the way through, I thought, oh, if I have to choke this down, like I might as well just put the rest of the protein powder in, which was totally fine according to the directions. So, that's what I did. I put the rest of the protein powder in. I choked it down, but it took me about 2 hours to drink it. It was maybe, again, about 11 ounces of liquid. And it seemed okay, but then after about an hour or two, I started feeling terrible. I started feeling really nauseous, really full, feeling a lot of pressure in my chest and my stomach. Just bad, not good. Couldn't even consider drinking anything else. Tried to lie down in bed, couldn't really fall asleep. It was really uncomfortable. And I just sort of had to wait it out. And so then after a while, I just I got some ice chips and did that for a little bit, and then just had like a little, you know, maybe 6 ounces of water mixed with Gatorade. And I got that down okay. So in the grand scheme of things, I actually did do well with getting liquids today. I got at least 48 ounces, probably more. So I was happy about that, and I did get that 25 grams of protein in. I just paid the price for it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that again tomorrow, because it really was not a pleasant experience. So now I'm kind of on the fence about whether I should try again tomorrow and maybe just do half instead of the whole thing, or whether it was just too much protein in the liquid and maybe I needed to stick at that, like, you know, double the water kind of mixture. So I don't know. I just not feeling great. I still have a lot of gas. I'm not really good. This is really TMI, and I apologize, but I'm not good at burping or farting. I know that sounds weird, but like my friends all make fun of me because of it. I can't really burp out loud. It doesn't happen very often. I have these like internal burps that happen in my chest. I don't pass gas very often. When I do, it's not like the cool, spectacular, manly like farting. It's just like a little like. So it's actually, gas can be a big problem for me, and so yeah, I'm not passing gas very much. I had a really good one this afternoon in the bathroom, but that was it, and so I'm pretty uncomfortable with gas right now too. So today is kind of sucking. It started off really well and gone downhill. The funniest part of today, though, actually, my husband just went to get dinner, which is why I decided to make the video, but the funniest part of today is that there is a Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives marathon on Food Network today. And I have literally been watching it for about 6 hours. And I'm just fascinated. I mean, I love that show. I always loved it, but when I watched it before, it would just make me ravenous. Like, it would just make me insane, crazy hungry. And my husband, he was just like, I have to go eat because I can't watch this anymore. I just found it amazing because it was just great watching it and not wanting to eat everything. Like, it's just such a weird feeling, but like, I was watching it and everything looked amazing and really delicious, and I could imagine in my mind exactly what that like hamburger or lobster mac and cheese or whatever it was tasted like, but I had no desire to actually eat it. Like, if it was there in front of me, I'd be like, yeah, that's nice, no thanks. So it was like I got the enjoyment out of watching the show and imagining this great food, but I didn't have the sensation of like being crazy hungry or having cravings or wanting to eat it. So that was an eye-opener. I've definitely not experienced that before. I was trying to explain it to my husband as kind of like when you're sick and you're hungry, but the idea of eating anything just totally turns you off. It's kind of like that, except that I don't even have the feeling hungry part. I just have no desire for food at all right now. And I'm sure that will return eventually, but I'm happy with it as it is for now. So, that's a little update. I know it's kind of a downer, but it wasn't a terrible day overall. It just stuck there. for a little while. So hopefully tomorrow will be better, and I may or may not make a video tomorrow, but if I do, hopefully it's better news. So I'll see you guys then. Have a great night.